As we showed you in the last episode, we left Tuvalu and headed north towards Kiribati. After almost a week in the doldrum, we reached the main atoll and capital Tarawa. We had to do the clearance procedure in a small place called Betio. We had read that it was dirty, but it was kind of hard to imagine that. A small remote island in the middle of the Pacific, it should be another paradise. Cheers! Does it feel good after
6 days? Feels very good. How about you?
Yeah, it feels good. It sure looks pretty, but this is probably the most dirty town we visited during our sailing. We saw a lot of plastic floating by in the anchorage, and when we came closer to shore, the smell of garbage was very strong. We found out that there was a huge dump just by the shoreline. Sadly, we never filmed this place, but we found a picture of it online and were allowed to use it. Thank you very much for that, Kenneth Weiss. We saw that a lot of trash was thrown in the beaches and into the ocean, both on the reef side and inside the lagoon. When high tide came, a lot ended up inside the lagoon and the other part went further out, just continuing floating over the Pacific. Hi! Hello! Hello! Hi! Hey, hey! Hi! Hello! Hi! Hi! It's a lot of sand. Sand. On this place, the local cannot bury the trash since there is not enough land. From what we saw, they did not live traditional here. Most of their food got shipped in by air or ship, and then it was all wrapped in plastic. We get kind of upset when we go to the store, since a lot of things are double or triple wrapped in plastic. We don't know what the best solution is for those atolls, and we have discussed it a lot. We just know that there is something very wrong and way too much plastic in the oceans. Bye! Oh, titta! Hi! Just a few kilometers away from this town, it was very different. It was less crowded, much cleaner, and people seemed to live in higher standards or more traditional. But even though we saw more dumps when we were exploring the atoll. Det känns som det är otroligt mycket barn här.
Ja, det är också på det. De måste ju dubbla sin befolkning här om 10 år.
Ja. Nej.
Så nu är vi tillbaka på fastlandsvägen.
Ja.
Så nu ska vi gå till hållet.
Ja.
Kolla hur det ser ut på kartan.
As you probably heard, everyone said hello everywhere and we felt very welcome. We were on this walk since we were looking for some old relics from World War II. We found them, but sadly the sound disappeared in our GoPro at this point. We did not explore for a long time. As it turned out, some people used the shoreline as their toilet, and we accidentally interrupted a few people when we were walking around this area.
It goes round and round in circles, but I'm still on the ground. It's a dizzying day.
After this sailing or motoring from Tuvalu, we are in need of a new diesel.
I think we had there was no wind at all, more or less half of the time, so we're motoring for like 60 hours or so. So now we need to get some diesel, so we brought our jerry cans to fill up everything.
Yeah. How do you like this anchorage spot?
It's kind of a journey. It's kind of living in a dumpster. It's trash everywhere, and yeah, it's just sad that people throw that much shit in the water everywhere. But this is kind of the freshest harbor we've been to so far, I think.
Yeah. But we hope we can move this afternoon.
Yeah, it's supposed to be better on the far east side of the lagoon, so
Yeah. And maybe better stores as well, because when we went to the store yesterday, there were rats and things everywhere, so we need food, but not from that store. Ser du att de vinkar in i den? De höll på att vissla och vinkar in i.
ja, där inne i båten, ja.
Ja. Ska jag ta något?
Clever tool.
It is. When we had filled up the diesel, we hoisted our anchor and moved to a nicer place a couple of miles east. There are not many sailors in this area, but when we were in Tarawa, there were at least 4 other sailing vessels there. We had met them all in Tuvalu, and one day we decided to take a road trip together.
Oj!
På antennen. Så ska jag bygga den på mig.
Wow!
Wow!
Hi!
I should not be moved. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree standing by the waterside. I shall not be moved.
Okay. Wherever we were in Kiribati, the kids were waving and smiling, and they were very interested in us. It was clear that they were not used to tourists, and that was lovely and something we never experienced before. After a while in the car, we had reached the end of the road. We were aiming for the next island, so we had to wade over to it. At that island, they had a clam farm which we wanted to see. First, we had lunch together while our host sang, which was according to the custom.
Yes, upon no kapin na punaki mine.
Yesu puna kape na puna ki mai kangate ni arete rari kite ka na puna ki mai.
Do you know where we are?
I do not know the name of the island, but it's in the Tarawa atoll.
Yep.
And we're on our way to look at the boat building place where they're building the anchorage canoes.
Yep. And it's the eastern part of the atoll, I think.
Yeah.
Na puna ki mai na puna ki mai kangate ni arete rari kite kai na puna ki mai. Sticking a bit.
Along the way, there were music playing and people really seemed to enjoy life.
Jag luktar någon olja.
Yeah. It smells good.
We'll go and see the clan. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, others the giant clams. Don't put your hands. You won't get it back.
Tar vi den nästa? Är du beredd?
I think it was like to preserve them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe, but I'm not sure. Beautiful.
I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, they're protected, but also then you've got the problem that people need to also, you know.
You like it here?
Yeah, a lot. So far it's the best, nicest part of this country, I think.
Yeah. We haven't really seen that much up until now though.
No. I think they said it's like a nature reserve.
Ah, kind of, yeah.
Because it was like it was a hotel, but you can't come here without reading through there or get picked up by after you can.
Mm.
It's really beautiful.
It is. Går det bra? It's 200 meters across the bay maybe. Not too far, but it could be. Yeah, that's where we're going. You're right. I think you should be more to the left. I think so. Seems to be shallower here.
One of the best things with the sailing life is that you get to meet so many lovely people. Sometimes we just meet once, since we all take different routes. We usually share a similar experience and have a lot to talk about, so that's a bit sad. Luckily, we got to meet all the people from this trip again in the Marshall Islands. On our last day in Tarawa, we went to the store to get some fresh food. We had not found any before, but we heard that this was the day the food was going to arrive to the atoll. We were not the only people who wanted some fresh vegetables, and on our way back we met the ferry to the outer islands.
För full båt, ja. Goodbye!
We also met our friends at Rockstar, who were out taking a tour on the kiteboard.
I got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you could interrupt. It's a day like this. It's a day I really would have missed. It's getting real dark in here.
Are we on track?
No. 20 degrees starboard. We think we're on track. We don't know because the short is like 200 meters
Offset?
offset, yeah.
I think it's more, it's maybe 300-400 meters.
Maybe. So we have to be careful.
Yeah. But I think we have 3 more miles to go, so it's not too far.
Thank you for watching this episode. If you want to support our video production by becoming our patron, click on the Patreon logo in the end or follow the link below. It's so clear that I can actually see fishes swimming 6 meters down at the bottom. We had just entered the atoll Abiang. In the next episode we will show our time there as well as our time in the atoll Botaratari. Those places turned out to be some of the most wonderful places we've ever seen.